Hey there. Thanks for clicking on another segment of And Now You Know with Realtor Row. Today I'd like to discuss closing costs. First, what are closing costs? Those are the items that you will need to pay for at the time of closing, and they will include the title fees, your survey, prorated taxes, and those can amount to a sizable number. And so you definitely need to know in advance to writing the offer what those costs are going to be. So as a buyer, you have perhaps you're putting down 20%. And so on a $200,000 home, that's $40,000. And so you need to feel comfortable with the amount that you are going to be taking out of your savings. Perhaps you would like to request the seller contributes towards your closing costs rather than clear out your savings or leave just a small cushion. So in that case, you would write the offer, going back to the $200,000, write the offer for, let's say, $205,000, and then the agent would make a notation that the seller is to contribute $5,000 toward your closing costs. And as a seller, the agent would explain that this doesn't make you any less credit worthy, that you are coming up with a sizable down payment still, that you do have a strong pre-approval letter, and that perhaps you just want to make sure that you're not clearing out your savings. Perhaps you intend to do some improvements as soon as you move into the home and would like to have your cash available for those things rather than charging up a credit card. So as a listing agent, when I present an offer to my sellers, I try not to take a breath when I present it, so that I make sure that I say this is a $205,000 offer and they are asking you to contribute $5,000, and so the offer is actually $200,000. Because basically this is just all on paper. No one is looking for the seller to go and take $5,000 out of their savings account and hand it over to the buyer. Instead, when the final papers are put together at closing, the settlement statement is going to show a seller credit to offset those charges on the buyer's side. So as a note to the buyer, you can sometimes find that whereas you would normally ask for closing costs, if you are in a multiple offer situation, your agent may advise that you should look for a way to be able to cover your own closing costs to make your offer as strong as possible. So, thank you for listening. If you have any questions that you would like for me to discuss in another segment, just go ahead and make a comment or just send me a message, and I'll look into answering them next time. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.